Okay, we're on location, and today's location is indoors. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about macro photography and a couple of different approaches to it. This is a Sigma 70 to 300mm lens, macro lens. The only trouble with this lens I find is it's only got macro capability between 200 and 300mm, which can be a bit of a problem because then you have to shoot your subject from quite a distance away. But I've got a way around that, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm going to take some shots today of a watch. It's being helped with light today with a softbox, so I can have shutter speed of 200, and I've got plenty of room to play around with my aperture then, and my ISO is quite low at 200, so we're going to get good quality pictures. Okay, so you can see just how far away I am from this watch. But with the macro lens, obviously I can get in really nice and tight to the subject, so tight in fact that it's not even going to pick up the phone that is literally sitting behind it. As you can see, the watch is there in the foreground. A little tip if you're shooting watches as well, anything with product placement and whatever, you need the logo to be a main part of the photograph. So with a watch, ideally you want the time at around about 10 past 10, or you know, wherever the logo may be, have the two hands either side of it, which is a little bit of a rule of thumb. So I'm down at 200mm, and I'm going to go at what we call a Dutch angle, which is just a slight crooked angle. And to get the composure of the shot, I'm going to line the edges of the box that the watch is sitting on into the corners of my viewfinder, and just make sure I'm not cutting off any parts of the watch, and I'm getting nice and tight in on the logo. Nice. Going to go into 300mm. Nice and tight again on the logo. Nice. Now the only trouble I find is when you're getting that far away with a macro lens like that, you need to have a really steady hand, because obviously you're far away and you're zooming really close in. So subject which could be this far away from the lens, if you're moving slightly like that, if you're this close to it, you're not really going to see that much in the viewfinder. But when you're really far away, something moving as softly as that could look like it's going like that in your viewfinder because you're far away and you're zoomed right in. So you do really need a steady hand. But what do I do now if I want to get really even tighter on this logo of the watch? So as close as I can get with the macro lens before I start losing focus on anything is around about here, and that's now zoomed into 300, and I've still got the whole face of the watch in the viewfinder. So what about if I want a picture of just the logo and getting really in close with lots of detail? Well, I've got a way around that. So what I'm going to do to get really close in on the subject, and I mean really close, is I'm going to actually use two lenses at once. I've got a 28 to 80mm Canon lens, and I'm going to set that all the way up to 80mm. And I've also got a fixed 50mm lens, and I'm going to face to face with the two lenses like this. So I mean, obviously I don't advise this if you've got really high quality L lenses and stuff, because you could scratch the front or the rear of your lenses. So literally, I don't know what lenses this works with, but it certainly works with this. It needs to be on the 80, otherwise I get a circle. So I'm up to 80, and I'm going to literally like that. So it's back to front on there. But this means I have to get really close to the subject to get it, and you have a very small depth of field to play with. So if you move slightly, you'll see in the photos that the logo will be really in focus, but the hands will be blurred. So it's a really shallow depth of field with this technique, but it's amazing detail. Okay, when I said you have to get close, I meant you have to get close. I've got the watch literally sitting right here. Blow a little bit of dust off, because that's just how much detail you're going to pick up. It will pick up tiny bits of dust like that. I've got my 28 to 80mm lens, and I've got my 50mm lens face to face like that. Literally get real close there, get into the viewfinder. Now I'm going to move my head backwards and forwards to actually focus in on the logo of the watch, and there it is, just there. Nice. And as you can see, it's got a real shallow depth of field. The hands are out of focus, the logo is perfectly in focus, the numbers are out of focus. And this doesn't obviously just work on watches and stuff. I mean, you can do this with pretty much everything, like wildlife and stuff. If you can get close enough to insects and stuff, it looks really cool. You know, and any sort of inanimate object is really cool as well. Like fibrous stuff like this, you can get real in there. Stuff that, you know, people were guessing what it is that you're actually taking a photo of. So, short video today, but that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep shooting, guys. Later.